What's going on? Tripp Kramer here from trippadvice.com. I know you can hear me. I know you can see me. I only got 7 hell yeahs. Can we get some more hell yeahs? Come on, guys. Let's get excited. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday night, February 5th. Oh, man, I got some good stuff for you today. I'm so excited. How to attract a girl that has no feelings for you. I'm about to drop some truth bombs on y'all, and I know you're going to like it. What's up? What's up, Prophet? What's up, Tom? What's up, Spid Flex God? William Chen, Noah? What's up, everybody? Everyone's just rolling in. Yeah. Cool, man. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. You know the drill. Today, going over some stuff. After that, we're going to be answering questions. You can call in. You see the number. Don't try to call in yet. Don't you do it. You can if you want. I won't be there to answer because the lines are not open yet. But I will give you the big okay for when the lines are open. So glad everyone can join us here. This is great. What's up, Adam? Alejandro, welcome. Welcome to the live chat. Welcome. Here to get your questions answered. That's why we do these live, so I can connect with you. I think now at this point I've been going live for at least a year. Let's see how long we've been going live for. Since March at least. I think since last March. Maybe it hasn't been a year yet. Either way, here we are. All right. You guys are hilarious. All right. We got a bunch of people here. Last week was great. Had some good callers in. If you guys are still here, hello again to all the guys who called last time. What else? A couple announcements in 2 weeks. 1, 2. Let's see. 1, 2, and 2. No. Yeah, 2 weeks. I'm going to have my very first... not in-person guest, but my very first, or at least maybe I had one a long time ago. It's been a while, but let's just say my very first digital guest. Someone's going to be here. Her name is Susan Winter. She is smart, and she just really knows her stuff. So I'm going to have her. We're going to be going for about 2 hours. We're going to do a very long interview, and I hope you guys can join because she is... really got some great things to say. You can check out her YouTube channel. She's got over 100,000 subscribers. So apparently at least 100,000 people have said that they liked her information. I think you're going to like it too. So yeah. Yes, William, like Loveline. That is correct. What's up, Jonathan Asley? How you doing, my man? Yeah, like Loveline. No one really knows what Loveline is. It's funny. I feel like is there any other show? Am I the new Loveline? Are there any other shows that do the Loveline style? If you don't know what Loveline is, basically, it was a call-in show with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew, and it was just sex, dating, and relationship advice. And they had a doctor on there, so he could answer really complicated sexual questions, and there was dating advice questions and all that. So yeah. Cool. Anyways, 2 weeks from now, tune in. There's going to be a lot of people live with us in terms of viewers. She's reaching out to her audience also. So a lot of cool people. Probably have at least 200 live at any given moment. Like right now, we got about 86. Yeah. Oh, man. I've been talking all day, by the way. I had 2 coaching calls before this. And then I filmed 4 videos in a row, and I'm making longer videos now. So the videos that are coming out starting on Saturday are anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes long. So you can tell my voice is shot, but it ain't stopping me from being here. It isn't. Okay. So as you know, we go into some content and we answer questions. So the phone number is available when I let you know when you can call in. It's in the description. It's also in the title. Sound good? Great. Before we get into everything, don't forget, if you need coaching, if you need help, if you need assistance in getting yourself to the place where this is easy for you, I have a lot of guys who find me here on the podcast. They fill out applications every day at the chance of working together. I can only work with so many people because I don't outsource my coaching. When you do coaching with Tripp Advice, you're coaching with Tripp. You're not coaching with anybody else. And what's really cool is I give unlimited texting, which means you can text me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The only times I don't respond are when I'm sleeping and when I'm live. So that is available to coaching clients, as well as doing weekly calls or meeting in person. We're doing that as well. So if you want any kind of coaching to get better at meeting and attracting women, it's available to you. There are limited spots. That is not some sort of sales tactic. It is true. There's only so much of me. In fact, if you sign up today, we wouldn't even be starting to work together for another 3 weeks because I'm so far out, because it's packed. So if you want help, go to coachedbytripp.com and we can work together. That's where you fill out the application. Oh, I should have some water next to me, but I don't. So here we go. You guys ready? Let's do it. All right. How do you attract a girl that has no feelings for you? I get this question all the time. It always starts like this. Tripp. So there's this girl. One day I'm going to write a book that's titled, So There's This Girl. Because I hear that a lot. I hear it here on the lives. I get it in my DMs. By the way, if you are on Instagram, follow me, Tripp Advice. Say hello. Say I found you from the chat. DM me right now. Say I found you from the chat. And I'll say hello to you. I get it all the time. So there's this girl, Tripp. There's this one girl, Tripp. There's this girl. So Tripp, there's this girl in my class. So Tripp, there's this girl at work. So Tripp, there's this girl that I know. Tripp. And they want to know, how do you get them attracted? Or they say, how do I get it? Similar to this. Tripp, there's this girl. We were dating or went on a date and then she ghosted me, or I haven't heard from her. She doesn't like me. How do I get her to like me? How do I get that one girl to like me? They're not asking, how do I get women to like me? How do I get women attracted? How do I attract women? No, they ask, how do I get that one girl to like me? How do you do it? The answer is very, 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 very simple. And by the way, it's the answer. It is the answer. I'm telling you, it's the answer. Like, I promise you it's the answer. I know I'm really building this up. Gareth says, you can't if she's not into you. Nothing you do or say will work. That's sort of the answer. It's part of it. Oh, nice. We got another Tripp in the house. So here's the answer. So what you need to do is, someone said it. That is correct. No, there is nothing you can say. There is nothing you can do. Here's what happened. Because there is a girl who's not interested in you, and the fact that you're even asking this question just tells me, and it should tell yourself, that you are not knowledgeable or skilled yet in attracting women. So there's this girl. She doesn't like you. That says, again, that you are not equipped yet. You're not equipped yet to get women interested. There's work to be done, which is why you, sir, whoever you are right now, who I'm talking to through this mic and camera, that's why you are watching this. Because you're not equipped yet. You're still learning. You're in learning phase, which is fantastic. Okay? And I was in learning phase, and I still am in learning phase. We're always in learning phase. But either way, the point is you're in learning phase. So what does that mean? That means that you need to go out and you need to approach and talk to more women. So what do you do? How do you attract a girl that has no feelings for you? What are you supposed to do? You need to go out and talk to women and learn how to attract women, because it won't work with her. You did not do the things necessary. Now, I want to just kind of make a footnote here, a quick footnote. The footnote is that, of course, even if you know how to do that, you're not going to get every woman attracted to you. Sometimes it's just completely out of your hands. Okay? A lot of times, probably half the times, there's just so much you could do. However, either way, you still need to go out and learn how to meet women. And then once you do that, and that's going to take you about 6 months, Then after that, you can go and reapproach her and see if you can try to reattract her after leaving her alone. So that's kind of the truth bomb there. Again, you have to go out, meet women, learn all that before it's going to work. Here's what's probably going to happen. What's probably going to happen is that you are not going to care about her anymore. You're not going to give a shit about her anymore after 6 months. I can almost guarantee it. If you still do, okay, go try it, because now you've learned more skills in confidence, courage, charisma. You've learned about tension, entertainment, and dominance, things I preach all the time, things I talk about in my coaching and in my book and in my Hooked program, all that stuff. You've learned it. You've practiced it. Dude, you're not going to care anymore. You're not going to care, because you're going to realize that this girl's no big deal, because you're going to meet other women and they're going to take your mind off of her. It just will happen naturally. It's just going to happen naturally. William says, because you'll be drowning in the ladies. Yo, you'll be approaching so much. The learning curve, if you're putting in the right effort into meeting and attracting women, there's a learning curve, right? You can get, it's kind of like working out. If you start working out, let's say you haven't worked out in 6 months, or you haven't worked out in your life. When you start working out, you start to grow muscle very fast. It's like there's a point where there's all this room to grow. There's a lot of fast room to grow. And then after maybe a month or so, or 2 months, then you start to hit you start to plateau. So then you need to either lift heavier weights or take in more protein, things like that. Same idea with meeting women. There's so much room to grow that you kind of see fast results sort of fast. The only thing is what holds guys back is approach anxiety. And that's a shame. It's like, let's say you're working out. It's like, that's one of the shames about meeting women. Whenever you're learning any other skill, there's no anxiety around it. You don't sit by yourself trying to learn the guitar, like freaking out about playing it. You just do it and you learn it and whatever. Unfortunately, there's a shitty thing called approach anxiety. We are wired to be afraid of rejection and approaching women. So that kind of slows us down in terms of having enough experience, right? Let's say you didn't have any approach anxiety. You would just go up to any girl that you wanted to, and you'd already start practicing conversation, flirting, et cetera, et cetera. But because of that, we kind of have to get through that first, the fear of rejection, the approach anxiety, all that stuff. So that's part of it. It's inevitable, just how it is. We get through that part, and then we move forward. And then we move forward, and we can work on our conversation skills and things like that. So, what's up, Noble? What's up, Onion Man? AC Dragon Rider. Guys, makes sense? Makes sense? Yeah, I love the process. Have fun with it. I agree. As if you were working out, as if you were learning guitar, as if you were learning any other skill. Could we just take it and try to enjoy it? Let's take our ego and just throw it out the window and stop trying to preserve our ego and feel good about ourselves and only leave ourselves to external validation where we're just validated by outside forces. Go out, validate yourself, stop worrying what people think about you. What they think about you has no consequence on your life whatsoever. Shift your ego out of the way, look at it with a stoic mindset, and just go. There's a lady here, Jessica. What are we talking about? How do we attract a guy? You're not in the right place if that's what you want to learn. We're just talking about how to attract women here, but thank you for being here. Yeah, if you want to call in, you can too. Not yet, though, guys. Not yet. Call-ins will be very soon, though. Yeah, Jessica, if he's interested, he'll reach out to you. So AC Dragon Rider. Dude, come on, man. You're spamming the chat. This isn't your first rodeo. You've been here before. Guys, what do you think? Any questions on this? I know there's guys watching this who are just like, like, Tripp, I wanted the thing to say. How do I get the girl who's interested in me? But how do I get the girl who's interested? I want that girl. I don't want other girls. This is my tough love. You lost her. You have to move on. You're done with her. She does not like you. Attraction is not triggered on a logical level. You can't just do something now. You cannot convince someone to like you. She's either turned on by you and likes you, or she doesn't. So if you have not done that already, you are not well equipped. You need to go out and meet other women. That's the only way. That's the only way. All right, guys. Yeah, I still have the Get Her Hooked website, getherhooked.com. William, you're making me laugh, buddy. Good stuff. The lines are open. I know we've had some callers already. The lines are open. I want to take your calls because I just gave you all the knowledge bombs for today's topic. So we can do this. Okay. You know the drill. 310-598-3384. And I'll get you on here and we'll chat and I'll answer your question. We can talk about what we've been talking about, or we can talk about any questions you have. What's up? You are on the air. What's your name, age, and where you calling from?
Hi, how are you doing? Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. What's going on?
Hi, how are you? How's your trip? I'm Tony. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's your name, age, and where you calling from?
I'm from California. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, my man. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. Actually, I love your show, and I want to thank you very much for what you are giving us. This information really, it helps me so much. My question today is...
Oh, real quick. What's your name and what's your age?
I'm Tony, and I'm 22.
All right, man. What's your question?
Actually, I learned from you a lot of things. One of them, how to start conversation with girls on the street. So now I can go to girls and get their numbers, and it's okay. But really, my problem is in texting. When I get the number, and they start texting the girl, like I don't know how to talk with them. That's my problem. Like they get... I don't know how to explain that, but like they don't like me in texting. They gave me their numbers, but
how long are you talking to them for before you get their number?
You know, I'm talking about like those girls. I meet them in the streets. That's all.
Yeah. How long are you talking to them for?
Like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Like I'm go for a long conversation.
So what I like to preach here, because this is a common question. A lot of guys ask, I'm getting the numbers, they're not responding. What do I text? Texting is not the issue. Your issue is not what you're texting. Your issue is that your conversations are not long enough for them to feel attracted to you nor get invested in you. So you want to get a girl attracted and invested. In order to get her invested, you need to spend more time with her, and she needs to experience you longer. So if you're talking to a girl for 2 or 3 minutes, that's not the same as talking to a girl for, let's say, 10 to 15 to 20 minutes. She'll become more invested in you, get to know you more, have a higher chance of attraction if she spends more time with you. So what I would do is their next test is to go out and extend these conversations from anywhere to 10 to 15 to 20 minutes.
And like, what are the topics that I should talk about them with this girl or those girls?
What was the question?
I asked you about like the topics. This conversation with this girl. What should I say to them?
Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Okay, I want you to get something called Chick Crack. Okay, so you're gonna go online. It's trippadvice.com/chick-crack. And that's going to get you the 4 conversation topics that women go crazy for. So I want you to go get that right now. That's trippadvice.com/chick-crack. And that's going to teach you all about that. For anyone else who's listening, you can go there too and check that out. I also have a lot of videos on my channel. I'm not going to go into it. But I have a lot of videos on my channel that talk about how to continue a conversation, how to be interesting in conversation. Work on that. Get conversation to 15 minutes. Then text them. Ask them out. Don't spend a lot of time texting them. Just a couple text messages. Hey, let's hang out. Let's grab a drink. Let's grab a coffee. When are you free? Boom.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Tripp, thank you very much.
You're welcome, my friend. Thanks for calling.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice day. Thank you
too. Wonderful. Okay. Yeah, guys, I know that conversation is everything because that's what's happening when you're talking to a woman, right? That's the meat. It's the conversation. Conversation skills will grow over time as you do more approaches. If you want a little bit of help, go to trippadvice.com/chick-crack. And then you'll get some ideas for how to continue conversation. If you get my Hooked course, I also teach in the Hooked course in a little section called Effortless Flirting, how to continue conversation as well. And then I relate that back to Chick Crack. So you can check that out at getherhooked.com. Lots of resources for you. What's up? You're on the air. What's your name, age, and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Mike. I'm 26, and I'm currently in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Have you called before?
Yeah, I called before. I'm in Toronto. I'm in my place in Toronto.
Cool, man. Yeah, you sounded familiar. What's up, bro?
Hi. So I've been very successful this year in terms of approaching women.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks. I've been watching a lot of your videos, and they've been helping me out.
Good.
Watching a lot of the live streams, they've been helping me out with a lot of the people that are in the live stream or the callers.
Okay.
Yeah, so everyone's been helpful. It's been great. I've just been like a sponge, just absorbing all this information.
And then putting it into practice, right?
Yeah, I've just been working real hard at this, and unfortunately, I can't afford the course that you provide, but I'm just learning the stuff for free.
You can't afford the $67 course?
Unfortunately, no. My financial stuff isn't very good because the money is coming from my actual parents. And so I can't.
Well, scrap some money together and get it, because I'm telling you, it is. If you are already doing approaches, then the course is going to teach you how to get to the next level. But either way, what is your question today?
Just wondering how I can text a woman, texting, and then going on a date, and
be more specific.
Still working on the conversation stuff, but mostly the texting and just knowing how to set up the date.
See, now if you had the course, it would teach you exactly how to do that because it would teach you step by step.
So it teaches you
But-
texting, dating.
So texting.
and-
So be more specific. What do you mean how to text?
Like
why
how
are you
to start
trying
the
to why are you trying to
conversation.
text them in the first place?
So I can get to know them, and I can set up the date.
Okay.
And possibly,
So I'll clean that up for you. Texting is not to get to
Okay.
know somebody. Only use
Okay.
texting to set up the date. Get to know them in person.
Okay.
Okay?
So how do you do that from your advice?
So when you meet the girl and you do the approach and you talk to them, all you got to do is send them a text that says, "Hey, cool meeting you."
Okay.
Wait for a response. You can even say, "Cool meeting you. How was the rest of your day?" Just to get them to respond. If they don't respond, they're not interested. You move on. If they are interested, they will respond.
Okay.
And then for sure, if you know they're interested, the next text message will be either answering their question or you'll say, "You seemed cool. Let's grab a drink sometime. When are you free next?" That's
Okay.
it. That's all you got to do.
Sounds pretty simple.
It is. It is. You don't need to
Doesn't
overthink
sound
it.
Doesn't sound very hard.
It's not. It's not. A lot of guys overthink it because they
Yeah.
think they need to do more work. They think like
Sure.
you would need to keep on building attraction. You don't do that over text. You do that in person.
Right.
So
Right.
it's not about how do I text better? That's the wrong question. The right question is how do I get her invested in the initial interaction? That's the question.
Right. And then how do I escalate that to an actual date?
Well, that is escalating to a date.
Okay. Right on.
You're
right
asking
on.
the
Okay.
date over text message. Exactly.
Okay. Right. I'm just trying to figure how this whole thing works. I wish I could afford. I really, really wish I could afford it right now. I really am desperate to getting some sort of mentor or coach to coach me on this.
Yeah.
Like either you or another coaching
Well, listen.
service.
Coaching is not going to be in your price range because coaching is much more than $67. But if you
How much are you charging for one of your courses?
for the course, it's $67. So that is what you should start with. If you can't do that, if you really can't stretch $67, I would still highly recommend you do. You can get the book. It's like $12.
Okay.
So
Okay.
and the reason why I'm saying that, the reason why I'm saying to get the course or the book is so it's all laid out for you. Okay? So the book is an introduction to all the concepts in Tripp advice that's organized in a fashion where you read it from beginning to end instead of watching random YouTube videos. So you can read the book and it gives you a whole plan of action. Hooked takes it a little bit deeper. It's a video course. And then after that, you can get coaching so you can take it to a more personalized level to where you're at and know what your sticking points are. So that's where coaching comes in. You don't need to get hooked and you don't need to get Magnetic, the book. You don't have to get those before coaching, but some people do. And then to put it all into practice and make sure that you're doing it and for sure getting results, then you do coaching. Make sense?
Yeah. Sounds like a good plan because once you read the books, then you are already ahead of the game, and then you just have to go do the coaching, and that's pretty much it.
Yep, that's
once
right.
you read the books, then it does make sense. So.
Yep.
And
awesome.
yeah,
man.
and then just not being able to run out of things to say. Knowing when to approach a woman when like knowing when to approach a woman depending on whether she's open or free in terms of because it can be very complicated because they could be on their phone.
So what's the question? When to approach? Always approach.
Yeah.
Unless they are holding hands with another man, you just approach.
Right. Because it's hard to know because I've had incidents where they would walk by and then I would try to walk up and try to talk to them, or I would approach them and they didn't know who I was. and so I was trying
That
to
means that you're
figure
not
out a way
approaching
to,
right. You got to make sure you approach them by getting in front of them. Don't come from behind where they're like, who
or
the
to
hell
the
is this
side,
guy? Yeah,
to the side,
right. You got to
right.
just get in front of them. That's the way you're going to do that.
Yeah, so I have been doing that though. It just certain times I get like I hesitate, or I get like anxiety, nervous.
3-second rule. 3-second rule.
Right.
You have 3 seconds.
Right.
Go do it.
3 seconds.
3
Once
seconds.
you see her, then you go and approach her.
See her. 1, 2, 3, go, or sooner.
And then, right.
No
right.
more than 3 seconds. Practice
Right.
that.
Or
Drill
I'll
that
reject-
over and over and over and over to get over the rejection approach anxiety.
Right. All right. Sounds
There you
all
go, my
great
friend.
information.
Thank you very
so
much for calling.
You've been such a great help. Well,
You're
you
welcome.
and your program. But anyway, take care.
Take care.
Bye.
All right. I'm going to answer a super chat that came in. Thank you, Alejandro. Went on a date with a girl from college. She said she had no chemistry after kissing me and being late for club. I've worked on myself and gone out with other girls. I'll give up on her. Yes, correct. You will give up on her, Alejandro. 110%. I want you guys to have pride in giving up. But let's change the language. It's not about giving up. Okay? It's not about giving up. I'm just going to say no to some calls real quick. It's not about giving up. It's about moving on. You're not giving up. It's done. You gave it the shot. It didn't work out. You move on. Plenty of women out there. You don't need to work so hard at getting one girl. If it's not there, it's not there. That's it. What's up? You're on the line. What's your name, age, and where are you calling from? What's up? You're on the line. What's your name, age, and where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm Jessica.
Hey, Jessica. Where you
earlier?
Yeah, where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from Belize.
Belize?
Yes, it's in Central America.
Oh, cool. You have a very good American accent.
No, we speak English here. It's a Spanish and English country.
Oh, it's a Spanish and English country. That's cool.
Yep. So
Very
hablamos
nice.
español and English.
Poquito español.
So, yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
So what's
have a
up? What's
question,
happening? What happened?
Yeah. So I've met this guy the past 3-4 days, I guess, and we've had lunch already, and we hung out after work before I had to commute, and I saw him again. I saw him again today spontaneously, so that was really nice. But I can't tell if he's interested or not. Right? He'll be here for the next 10 days, and I just want to show him around, I guess.
Wait, so after 10 days
But-
he's gone?
Yeah, after 10 days he's gone, but he comes to my country quite a lot, so I guess that's a plus.
Are you looking for a relationship, Jessica?
I mean, part of me is obviously, yeah.
Or are you just trying to just hook up?
No, I'm definitely looking for a relationship. In that case.
Then I wouldn't bother with this guy because it's a big red flag. He's long distance, so an optimal relationship between you two is not on the horizon because of distance. So
yeah,
while your emotional side is saying, I'm attracted to him, I want to see him, I want to hang out with him, yada, yada, that's your emotional side. That's your reptilian brain speaking. You got to think about, you got to go to the more logical part that says, is this really going to work? Does this, think about the end result. Is this really going to end up in a relationship? It could.
Yeah.
But is it going to be a really good one? Probably not. Because he doesn't live close.
Yeah. I mean, a part of me seems it's possible considering he's here maybe 2-3 times a year, and he does plan on moving to Belize to, live and such.
Is that 100% though?
Yeah. I mean, I think he maybe. You know,
Maybe,
it sounds
maybe it's
like he
maybe
has
it's 100%. Definitely
Yeah.
maybe. Right. So again, my point here is we don't know for sure. So you should be, you can hang out with him if you'd like, but I would be spending time with other men. I would try to be meeting
Okay.
other men and
Yeah.
not and
So
not be focusing on the guy
yeah.
who
So
definitely maybe will be moving to police.
yeah. So I also asked in the chat if it probably would maybe too forward to ask him on a spontaneous trip this weekend.
I mean,
I feel that we connected well the
you,
past few days.
you could do that. I'm fearful of this idea though. I'm
Mm.
fearful because if he says yes, and you guys, I'm not fearful of the rejection. I'm fearful of if he says yes, and then you guys end up,
Mm.
and then you end up really liking him, and now you're stuck liking this
Yeah.
guy who comes to Belize 2 to 3 times a year, who definitely maybe is going to move to Belize. And how old are you, Jessica?
I'm 24.
Okay, 24.
He's 27.
Okay,
Mm.
so that's a good age. You're still young, but these are your prime years. These are your most attractive prime years. And you should be out there meeting guys. And if you end up wasting your time with this guy, that's going to suck. It's like too much of a
Yeah.
risk. It's a bad risk. It's a bad risk.
Yeah.
So,
I guess it makes a little sense.
you know, some guys are saying in the chat, like one night stand. You could do that, but I'm scared of women getting
Yeah.
into
I
one
mean,
night stands because
he
they
gave me a
fall.
very long term. Yeah. I mean, he's a little bit different from other guys I've met. He has a 10-year long plan, very long term vision. So
What do you mean
I
long
guess
term
that's what I
vision?
like about it. I guess he's also looking for someone long term. He has expressed that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot of guys.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys looking
Yeah.
for that. Okay? Don't try to rationalize just because you like this guy. Think logically. Think about, you know what? Here's a technique for you, okay? And for everyone else out there too.
Okay.
Imagine your friend is coming to you for advice. What would you say? Because you're not emotionally attached, right? Like I can sit here all day easily telling guys like, move on, don't worry about her, abundance mentality. It's easy for me to say that. I'm not emotionally attached. That's still the right answer. But when you're not emotionally attached to the situation, you can think more logically and clear about it and think if it's a really good idea. So play a game, which is called, your friend is asking you the same question. What advice would you give her? Would you say that you should give it a shot? I mean, and it's still kind of difficult to do that because you're still in that situation, but do your best. My guess is
Yeah.
no. You would be like, no, go for a guy who's going to be in town, who lives here. Even if he's an amazing guy, that still doesn't matter. You could tell me he's incredible. He's got this, and this. It doesn't matter. There's other guys out there that will have that. But isn't it, look, what's better? What's better, okay? Being with a guy like, so let's say this guy, we'll call him Sam, okay? Sam lives in Belize full time, or the Sam now who's there every once in a while? Which one would you pick?
Sam that lives in Belize full time.
Right. So why wouldn't you do that with any other guy? So that's my thoughts on that. Okay.
Yeah. Your point. I guess I have a lot of thinking to do then.
I know. Think about it. Process it. I know it's not easy. You might not listen to the advice, and that's okay. You learn from your experiences, but that's the more long-term vision, healthiest plan for you, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jessica. Thanks for calling in. Very brave of you. Thank you. Wait, real quick. Why are you here? How did you find Tripp advice?
I'm actually coming home from work, and I usually YouTube, and I think I followed your page a while back, but I never expected like a live podcast. I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting.
And now here you are talking to me live.
Yeah, and then I was kind of like in this dilemma, and I was asking my mom for advice actually.
So tell your mom. You can tell your mom that you heard this. You can either, if you're brave enough, you can say you called into a show, or if you're not brave enough, that's okay. You can tell her.
Yeah, I was bored.
Is she here? Does she hear this?
I can go get her. Actually, she was the one giving me an advice earlier. She was laughing at me.
No, that's okay. Tell her I said hi, but I want you to tell her what you heard and see if she agrees with this advice. See what she says. She's probably wise.
Yeah, I'll tell her she's here. She was the one listening to me.
Right.
Mom, I called into the show that I was listening to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I called. Anyway, she's not paying attention to me.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome, Jessica. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, I was interested to get like a guy's perspective.
Oh, okay. Yes. Good. Well, I hope that helps.
There you go. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye. Jonathan in the chat said it takes 100 hours of face-to-face time to truly build a relationship. Hard to do long distance. I agree. Jonathan, where'd you hear that statistic from, by the way? Where did you get that from? Because if that's true, then that's going to take a long time if you even get to that point. But much easier to do 100 hours. You could do 100 hours. Let's see. Average dates 5 hours. Maybe do 2 dates a week. 10. You could do that in 2 months with somebody if they lived in your city, right? What's up? You're on the air. What's your name, age, and where you calling from?
Hey, Tripp, it's Mo again. I called last week. 23 from Ohio.
What's up, buddy? What
Hey,
remind me the question.
No. I don't have a question. I just, I have a recall. But, when I called, I was the first one who called last time. I asked you about, texting.
Okay.
But, on texting, yeah. No, I'm fine with dating. After 2 years of learning from following you and learning from one more guy. But, yeah, thank God I don't have any problems anymore. So, big thanks to you, honestly. But
you're welcome.
I'm calling for. Yeah, I have a recall. It's funny. It's not a question, but a recall on some stuff that happened in the past, and I hope that person I'm dating don't really see my call. But anyway, so one night in the past, I met somebody, and of course in a night place. And then somebody was so interested in me, and we were literally making out, and that person was putting, why am I saying that person? She put her hand on my chest, and she was just sewing to me. And then here's what ended up happening. She ended up leaving with her friend. Okay, so my question is, and then when I followed up the next day, she just, it was it. That was it. Done. So I guess my recall is that normal? Maybe she was just drunk, or because some things that happen we as men don't really find an interpret for it or an explanation for it. So I'm just learning from. I'm trying to have that, trying to learn and make a perfect. Trying to learn from the past and make a perfect future.
So where did this happen?
In a night place.
In a nightclub?
No, it was more of a bar.
Okay, a bar. And did you get her number?
Yeah, of course.
And you texted her?
Yeah, I followed up.
And she didn't respond?
Actually, I called in. Okay, so honestly, here's what happened. I called in the same night. I know she was so into me. Like, she would literally
was she drunk?
My clothes in front of
was
people.
She drunk?
No, she was not. No way. I would know if that was the case. Well, here's what happened. I have a car. She said she was getting an Uber with her friend. That was a year ago, by the way. I'm just, like I said, there are things that happened in the past, and I still can't find, a reason for it. So I thought maybe like I can recall and learn from it. So anyways, she got in an Uber with her friend, and she said, my friend is the one who's paying for the Uber, so she didn't want me to come in the Uber. And of course I had a car. And then she actually texted me. She told me where she was at. And then somebody ended up hitting my car because it was snowing, and it was a hit and run. So I really couldn't go see her because somebody hit my car and ran off.
I'm lost. Where are we? So what happened?
Okay, what happened is that when I followed up, because she was so interested in me, when I followed up for a meetup, she just wouldn't respond.
Okay, so she didn't. So she ghosted.
The next day.
She didn't say anything. So what can you learn from this?
Actually, she didn't say anything. She did call. She didn't respond to my call. Like, I called her. I told her about somebody hit me and ran off, and she's like, "That's crazy," and we just talked a little bit.
Okay. And then you texted her, and then she didn't respond.
Yeah, and I just texted her for, to follow up, to meet up, and she didn't respond.
Okay,
that
got
was
it. So, we don't know why. We're not going to ever really know why she didn't respond, because there's an infinite amount of possibilities. So it's not wise of us to figure out why she's not responding, but we can learn from this, or what we should understand from this, is that a few things. One, and my friend Jonathan, if he's still here, is going to love this. Nothing is until it is. Okay? So don't ever get too excited about anything happening and being like, oh my God, but it was supposed to happen because da-da-da. No, nothing is until it is. Okay? So that's just one kind of mindset to have. But also understand that women live in the temporary emotions of the moment. So while she might have been very excited to be talking to you, kissing you, touching your chest, all this stuff, maybe even answering the call when you called her, yes, that can happen. And maybe she was excited in that moment, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to turn into anything. I don't know how long you guys spent with each other. That information is not really that important, but just understand that even an interaction that lasts like 30 minutes in a bar, it's not necessarily enough time to get her interested, even if you guys kiss and all that. So that's just kind of, it's not necessarily here's what to do, but that's what you learned from it. So it's just kind of like, all right, it was a nice interaction. What can you do better? Hard to say exactly. Didn't know exactly. It sounds like you did everything pretty well. You guys were making out, she's touching your chest. Seems like it went well. But even if that happens, it's still not guaranteed. Just cause. Okay. I'm gonna have to take more calls. So thank you for calling in.
Okay.
I hope that helps.
Thank you, Tripp. Oh yeah, sure. Thank you.
Bye bye. Trying to get to as many calls as I can to help you guys out, because I know a lot of you guys were calling in during that time. Yeah, it's the nature of the beast. It's the name of the game. What's up? You've been calling in quite a bit. We finally got to you. What's your name, age, and where you calling from?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, what's up? You can hear me?
I can hear you. What's your name, age, and where you calling from? I think it's a Chicago number.
Yo, what's up, brother? Mike, Chicago. You're from Chicago, right?
Yeah. I'm in Chicago right now.
I see the YouTube channel. Yeah, the background. Where in Chicago?
I don't want to tell my location. Let's just say downtown.
You're in downtown?
I'm in downtown. Where are you?
I'm in Oak Park.
You're in Oak Park. Oh, I know Oak Park. A little west, right?
Yeah.
Cool, man. What's your question? How old are you?
What's up, brother? Good. 22.
22. What's your question?
My question is, I've been dating this one chick for like a year now.
Is she your girlfriend?
Was smooth. Yeah.
Okay.
Everything was smooth for like whatever, 6-7 months. And then ever since like a little bit, I'll be fighting with her a little bit and shit. And I can notice that after fighting with her for a little bit, like it's kind of taking a toll. You know what I mean?
I do.
Like you can't just have regular talk. Like if you were to have a disagreement or something, and it's either her way or no way. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And there's been a situation where like I'll have some stupid fights with her over some dumb shit, and there'll be times where like, for example, I'll be talking to her on FaceTime, she'll hang up, and then I'll call her or whatever, and she will just ignore picking up the phone.
That doesn't sound very mature.
Yeah, but the girl's 18.
Aha.
But listen to this though too. That she's 18, but I'm the only person she's been with.
Yeah, so she doesn't have a lot of experience with mature communication, and it's going to take her some more relationships And hopefully if she is anywhere interested in personal development, it's going to take all this and time to get her to a point where she can communicate with you properly. Now, I don't know, not playing. I don't want to play blame games. I want to be fair. I don't know who's starting what with who or whose problem it is, but there's clearly a lack of maturity, at least I know on her end, from what you're saying, and rough communication. Because if you guys are fighting, it's normal to fight, but you're not speaking each other's language, you know, depending on what the fight is. But you're not speaking your fights are usually probably like attacks. So you guys are probably attacking each other, saying you did this, no, you do this. You know, that's how fighting works, but that's not the proper way to communicate when you're upset about something. So,
But I've noticed though, sorry to cut you off, like the respect has kind of gone down, you know, like before I tell her to do something or some shit, she would do it. Now it's like, oh, why can't you do it? Like, let's say we eat at my house, right? And I order food or whatever. I'm ordering food, first of all. I'm paying for the food. The least you can do is to wash the dishes, you know what I mean? Out of, like, good kindness, like, you know. Because I noticed that, too, with women and stuff. Because if you want to, you know, because I told her beforehand before I dated her, I told her, she was like, oh, I know what I want, but I don't want to tell you because I'm scared or something. Meaning she wanted a relationship, you know what I mean? And now if you're going to be in a relationship with me, I'm not going to necessarily, I'm going to look in good traits and qualities for you. If you want to be in something serious, I don't want you to, you know, just waste time and fuck around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she'll refuse to, like, wash the dishes and shit.
Well, we're talking about a few different issues there. You know, if you're upset that she's not washing the dishes, the thing is in order to communicate that properly, you can't say, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I bought the dinner. Why aren't you washing the dishes? Because there's no clear expectation of that. So you have two ways of dealing with this. One, you can just break up with her and hope to find someone who reciprocates that. Or you tell her that you would like it if she were to contribute to the relationship. She's going to say, well,
Correct.
What do you mean? Say, well, you know, it'd be nice that once in a while, since I'm grabbing dinner, if you can help out with the dishes. But you say it in a way of something you want rather than something that you don't say, this is the thing you're not doing. Always bring it back to you, saying, this is what I want, and this is what I think would be good for the relationship, what would help me, things like that. This is a very, very, very quick way of explaining this. This stuff goes super deep. But you are dating someone who's very young and very immature. And so it's like not her fault almost. She's young. She's 18. I mean, you're going to be dating women who are 30 and not mature. Hopefully this woman does mature. It all depends, you know? So I would either talk to her. So here's your options. Just break up with her if you're that fed up and you don't think she's going to change. That's option A. Or option B, sit down with her, talk to her in a calm way, bringing it to you. Don't say, you're not doing this, you're not doing this, you're not doing this. Say, I statements, this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for, and then you see what happens.
All right, because one more thing, brother, because I don't want to keep you on here too long because you have, like, other callers and stuff. But so I've noticed, you know, for a few months now, for example, like, what's it called? Like, she'll cut off sex sometimes. Like, I'll try to, you know, initiate or whatever and shit. And she'll be like, oh, I'm not feeling it right now. Or she'll be like, why don't you just let it happen? Why does it always have to be about sex? But a relationship, that's what connects people. It's not like, you know, if you're going to have fights here and there and shit, how are you going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, again, there's a lot we can kind of dissect with this one. But I would say that you guys potentially might not be seeing eye to eye in how much you want to be having sex. However, it's complicated. You can't really you can't negotiate sex. You can't say, I want sex 4 times per week. Because
correct, but it's not even 4 times a week, man.
Whatever, that's just an example.
Yeah.
But you should say to her, you can say to her this. You can say, hey, I've noticed, remember I statements. Hey, I've noticed that we haven't had a lot of sex recently. What's going on? Is everything okay by you? And if she says, nope, everything's great. I'm good with once every week. I'm good with once every 2 weeks. You can say to her, well, that's, I need more. I want more.
Right.
And if you're not aligning on that, then again, you're going to have to break up.
Because I've noticed too, when we do stuff. For example, she won't like climax like she would do before. Was that due to like the fighting and stuff, or
Possibly. Yeah, if you guys,
because
a woman is not going to want to desire sex if things aren't good.
correct?
So there's a saying that men have sex to make the connection, to feel connected. Women need to feel connected to have sex. I'll say that again. Men have sex to feel connected. So you're going to want to have sex with her because you want to have sex when you want to feel connected to her. Women need to feel connected first with you. And then that gives them the desire to have sex. Okay? So take that and run with that. But that will maybe describe what's happening here. So there you go.
Yeah, because yesterday I was also, for example, I was busy all day. I texted her at 12 or some shit when I got up. I went to class or whatever I had, brother. And then I didn't text her till like 8. Because I seen your video before or something. You were saying, fucking, what's it called? Like, to show, like, you have shit going on and stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't hit her up till 8. I texted her at 8 or I FaceTime her. I'm talking to her. Oh, I'm busy right now. She just texted me busy. And then I talked to her later. I'm like, what'd you do, bro? And she's being like, in the chair, like pausing the screen on FaceTime and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then she's just hung up at me.
It sounds.
And then I tried to call her. She wouldn't pick up. So I was just like, all right, good night.
It sounds like you guys need to reconnect.
Yeah. So how would I go on about that is what I'm trying to say.
You got to sit down and say, you don't want to fight anymore. Let's hash all this out and let's move forward. And let's figure out what our differences are. Sit down.
Because I've sat down before and I've done that. And it goes to the point, like, she'll bring up shit I've done in the past. But it's like, okay, I fucked you once. And for you to bring it up the second time after we talked about it.
So then you should break up with her and find someone else who's going to communicate with you better.
Yeah.
So then that's the answer.
Because I feel like they're just using like a card when they bring shit up.
Maybe.
Like that.
So then if you're not happy, dude, leave. Leave.
Yeah, I know, man.
Leave. If you need my permission, there you go. Leave. If you're not happy, leave. If you don't feel she's going to change or the relationship can get better, don't waste your time. Find someone who's going to be a better match. And probably date women who are more your age.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy. Got to let you go. We're wrapping up. Thank you for calling.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome. All right. Guys, that was great. Oh, it's 7:58. This is the time when I lean back in the chair because this chair doesn't have a back, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Guys, coaching. You've seen me do it here. If you need it one-on-one, if you need it personal, you need help, coachedbytripp.com. Apply today to work with me so we can get you handled in this area of dating, sex, relationships. Excuse me. We'll say that again. Dating, sex, relationships. We'll help you with that. Coachedbytripp.com. Apply. And let me work with you so all this approaching and texting and all this stuff doesn't have to be a mystery anymore. And we can help you specifically with your issue. How's that sound? Does that sound good? Cool. Looking at the chat. You guys are awesome. Don't forget, next week, same time, I will be here. 2 weeks from now, interview with Susan Winter. That's going to be great. Coachedbytripp.com is where you go to apply for coaching. GetHerHooked.com is where you go get the Tripp Advice official course. The book Magnetic is on Amazon. This has been Loveline. Thank you all for being here. Onion Man, Becky, William, Noah, Jonathan, Prophet, Tom, Jessica, Jason, everybody, thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Tripp, if you need coaching, let me know. I will profit. For sure. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Awesome. CoachedByTripp.com. Later, good night. See you next week. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, from our friend Andrew. Was that your name? I believe. Yes. Cool. Adios.